Someone was out there throwing a spear last weekend. What did you do? Today's show is sponsored by our friends at Spartan Race. And yes, throwing a spear is part of it. There's a lot of other things going on there in the race as well. Make a public commitment, put a date on the calendar. Let's do a Spartan race together. If you use code SpartanDad, that's code SpartanDad, you'll get 25% off any race. For those wanting to race in Nashville, I have a way you can get your whole race paid for. Reach out to me. Check out Spartan Race. Use code SpartanDad. Today's show is also sponsored by our friends at distilleryproducts.com. If you are a store, you're a group, you're a blog, you're a podcast, you're a distillery, whatever it is, you need laser edge glassware at wholesale prices. Reach out to me. I'd be happy to get you in touch with the whole family behind distilleryproducts.com doing amazing things. We use them. You should too at distilleryproducts.com. Today's show is also sponsored by our friends at Orca Coolers. Whether it's the Chaser, the Traveler, the Camper, the Barrels, the Roto-Molded Coolers, be the coolest dad this summer at the pool, at the beach, camping, whatever it is you're doing at orcacoolers.com. Use code DADSEASON for 20% off your order. That's code DADSEASON for 20% off your order. And make sure you check out coming this summer. They're going to have their 10th anniversary cooler. It's going to be pretty cool. And then you can laser on that Chaser Teeny. You can put logos on there, custom stuff. It's going to be really cool. Use code DADSEASON for 20% off at orcacoolers.com.
So you got like the YouTube TV or like something like that, right? Or no?
No.
Well, at any rate, jump to the chase here. Like if you watch stuff like on the networks on there, because it's supposed to be like network TV, like ESPN. Well, in between like sporting events, there'll be like one or two commercials and then one or two blank spaces that just says your program will return shortly. Like you can't imagine there's not somebody that would pay for advertising space for that. It just seems bewildering to me.
I actually have a serious
better than something.
I actually have a serious answer for this because I was in media and I can answer it for you if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand how nothing is better than something because someone would give you some amount of money for that space.
No, I know. This is a total cold open killer because I'm about to really answer it. But every break, there are national spots and local spots. So you basically tell the local ESPN affiliate, whatever, the local ABC station, or just, AT&T or Comcast, Nashville, whatever your provider is, gets to sell ads in those spots. So there's national spots and then there's local spots. Same thing happens with radio. So the local spots are when that thing comes up, and the national spots that ESPN owns are the ones that actually show. And since you're using YouTube TV, you don't have a local provider, and therefore it doesn't show local ads.
So aren't those dollars missed?
No, I mean, the local people are still getting them. I think the dollars missed would be by YouTube TV if they wanted to program ads. So maybe
I mean, that's what I mean. If it's a blank space, it's dollars missed, right?
Yeah, it's being used locally for regular TV providers, but the streaming services haven't figured out how to put ads in there yet.
Gotcha. No, it just seems like somebody somewhere is bound to pay some amount of money. It's better than the equivalent of basically like a screensaver that says, "We'll be back shortly with your program."
Hello, everyone. My name is John Edwards. With me, as always, is Zeke Baker, and together we make the Dad's Drinking Bourbon. Wherever you are, whatever time it is, thank you for making us a part of your day. We weren't funny like that. I know Zeke was going someplace.
No, I mean, it'd be funny. It just, I have those moments where I'm like, well, how does this make sense in my world? Which things bother me some days, and that one really does. Like I've had that teed up for weeks now.
Well, you learn something new every day.
I feel like other people out there may have too. I mean, I can't be the only one with YouTube TV.
No, a lot of people have it. And it'll do it still on, if you have Hulu TV or whatever the streamers are, they just haven't figured out how to put those ads in there. It will even happen. So because I'm super cheap, and it's not that I'm cheap, it's just TV is so damn expensive. And we do Disney Plus, and then What annoys me more is I do the Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus bundle, and I can't watch live TV on ESPN unless I have a streaming provider, so I could watch 30 for 30 and the Jeter stuff and the Brady stuff. I could watch all the documentaries, but I can't actually watch a game as it's happening because I don't have a local TV provider.
It's on YouTube.
I know it's on YouTube, but I'm saying with
YouTube TV.
I know, but I'm saying I bought ESPN Plus. I should be able to watch what the hell's on ESPN if you buy ESPN Plus. Like, they should automatically stream ESPN and ESPN2 and SEC Network and shit like that. Like, I should be able to see a friggin' football game because I bought ESPN Plus. Like, I shouldn't just be able to see the shows after the fact.
Sounds like you should have got YouTube TV instead of Hulu.
I get it. I didn't get the live TV thing in Hulu though. So, oh well. Anyways, now that I'm bitter. So I do Disney Plus, and the reason we didn't do cable, I'll be completely honest, is my daughter has taken over the TV, right? When she's awake and she's there, we're watching Bluey, we're watching Netflix. Like, so I have Netflix, I have Disney, I have the Disney Hulu ESPN bundle, and then I think I paid for Paramount because she wanted to watch some JoJo Siwa stuff. So I have all these individual streaming things, and then for the local channels, I just have antennas on the TVs. So, I could watch the news or late night TV if I want to, but I don't have like on demand or any crap like that.
I mean, the problem is your network, and I don't mean your TV. I mean your network. Like, how many different like platforms or like apps I skis off people?
Yeah. I mean, why does that not surprise me that you're skeezing it? I'm like, I have bunny ears.
I mean, I still got certain things I won't buy simply because I use my mom's Amazon account.
Nothing like a 40-year-old like, Mama, could I use your Amazon today?
I mean, she literally asked me, "Oh, you got a dog for the kids?" Like, "No, Mom, I just ordered a bed. I don't want to talk about it. We're good though."
Everybody now is wondering why you ordered a dog bed. We won't go into that. That will be another show. This show's going to be quick, y'all. My iPad is going to die. We were just talking with Ryan Merkline from Holiday Distilling, McCormick Distilling, Ben Holiday, Missouri Straight Bourbon Whiskey. That interview is going to come out later, but my iPad's going to die pretty soon, and we needed to get another show out. So I said, Zeke, this one's got to be quick. And I'm at 20%, so we should be good for a few minutes. We are drinking Branch and Barrel from Boulder, Colorado. So this was Ryan and Tom were working in Boulder, Colorado when they decided it would be a hell of a lot of fun to make an authentic bourbon whiskey in their spare time. Together with their friend Scott, they fashioned an old water heater into a still and began to fiddle with different recipes. After many fruitless attempts, they found a formula that worked. Once successfully distilling a delicious white spirit, they turned to using cuttings from tree branches in Tom's backyard to flavor their liquor, stored in mason jars in Tom's basement. As a result, their first barrels were these branches, hence the name Branch and Barrel. Friends and family loved it, that they pushed to scale up production and turn Branch and Barrel into a business. So that is that's the background on the brand. And going into this, though, I found the process, like, they used construction industry connections. They acquired secondhand equipment. Their still once was a Campbell soup maker. The fermentation tanks used to hold condiments, and the high and low wine containers were formerly used in a soft drink facility. And the tin cap sealer is a repurposed drill press from the 1930s. So lots of fun stuff that they did to make their own stuff. They source their corn in northeastern Colorado and their water from El Dorado Springs in Colorado. This mix offers a sweet body with malty notes. The finished high wines are aged in Char 3 new white oak barrels, filling branch and barrel whiskey with caramel and vanilla notes. The final product is a delicious whiskey with authentic Colorado character. Now, we are drinking their flagship bourbon. I couldn't find a lot of information about this. They didn't send it with us or with their stuff. I'm going to actually check here to see if there's an email on anything. I don't have anything in the email. Just double checking to make sure. I will double check in the Instagrams. Like, I don't see a lot of stuff about it.
Even in what you rattled off to me, which I actually paid more attention than normal, but is there a barrel in this? Because I swear I heard you say they used branches and mason jars.
That was for their first thing. Their very, very first one. And then now they don't do that.
Okay, because I heard that and I was like, what in the world? But okay, I feel a little better now.
Yeah, it is not that. And I had talked about an info sheet, some stuff that's in there, but I don't actually have an info sheet from them on this one. And if they sent it, I'm sorry, but I know so what I'm able to find on their website is it just says our signature flagship bourbon was created to awaken the senses, giving you a taste of pure bliss. Using Colorado's finest ingredients, this natural spring water and prairie corn, we're proud to share this piece of heaven on earth. A little more information would be awesome. Just a heads up, y'all, like maybe age, mash bill, anything you want to give us. We are ready to hear it, but I'm trying to find the bottle. Hold on. Here it is. Let me look at this bottle. It says Branch and Barrel Bourbon, handcrafted in Colorado, American made. It's batch 18. Distilled, aged, and bottled by Bab Distilling, Centennial, Colorado. I don't know. It doesn't have a lot of information here, Zeke. I was able to look at I don't know how true this is because this review was done in 2020 by Breaking Bourbon, and they said it's non-age stated 80% corn, 20% malted barley, but I don't know if that's true. I mean, it was true then, but I don't know if it's true now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
It is still about $45 for this one. That's all I got.
Well, I mean, you did your best.
I definitely tried to go anywhere I could. I was looking at the only review I have found for this one on the internet was the Breaking Bourbon one. So shout out to the guys over at Breaking Bourbon for being on top of it. But I haven't really found, there's some YouTube ones that are on there, but I didn't have time to watch them. So that's pretty much all I have.
Well, then I guess we should just dive on in, huh?
Yeah. What did you think?
Up front, it comes in a little brash. And definitely the first two things I picked up were an oak and a bitterness, which to me kind of lends the thought process of, smaller barrels, short barrels, whatever you want to call them. Because assumably it's not too old, but you just get an overwhelming amount of barrel characteristics. beneath and past that. Again, kind of true to some of those just smaller barrel things. It kind of like composted fruit. It's kind of soured, which probably the best term in the world. But if you ever even, had fruit in your fridge, you didn't realize how long it had been in there. And, you took a bite into it, whether it be a honeydew or a watermelon or whatever, it all kind of has the same essence. It's the same of like smelling a compost pile. I don't know. That just kind of really resonates with me for a lot of those smaller barrels. And it had a really dry exit. I mean, I felt the tongue was pretty parched, and that was about the best I could put down.
I totally get the smaller barrels reference to this. I mean, I get a little bit of vanilla on the nose, but a lot of corn, a lot of young corn, brash corn, and same thing on the taste. It's like that citrusy craft note that we've talked about in the past. It's just a little rough. Like, and if you're trying to go for like, we're out on the prairie in Colorado and we're ranchers and some, this is some campfire whiskey that, a cowboy is going to drink, then cool. But it's a little rough.
I was thinking more maybe a skillet and cooking something.
Maybe, but you're sitting there by the fire, you're drinking this and you're cooking something on some cast iron that your horse carried. You have it on the saddle of the horse hanging down as you go. And this is some prairie type shit.
It's a bit tough. I'll lend it that to be nice.
And I think I just have to say, where this one is not my favorite, and I'm just going to say it's a little harsh and a little young, and it's a pass for me. I can't give a good commentary on it because I don't know enough about the mash bill, the age, was it aged in 53 gallon barrels? I can't even sit. And that's the tough thing, right? We hate giving reviews where we say we don't like something. We always like to say what it is about that we don't like. I just don't know enough information about this one. If it's 80-20, I don't necessarily think the 80-20 is bad, but I also wonder, like, maybe it needs a couple more years in the barrel. What if this is aged, 1 to 2 years? Or I'm just saying we don't know because we don't know the details around it. You know what I mean?
I just think it's tougher to use those smaller barrels. I mean, if we're wrong, I'll eat crow for it. It just has too many characteristics that are very reminiscent of that. And you really have to micromanage those things, which I don't think most people have the time or energy to do. Like
whatever you think you need to age in those micro barrels, like cut off 3 months.
I mean, maybe more than that. Even then, like, I feel like you have to know a point of like, all right, once it hits X, we have to taste this daily. And when so-and-so says it's good, we dump it that day. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, they put an X on it, we're going to go pull it in a little bit. No, we're going to pull it in about 5 minutes and dump that damn thing because it might change by the end of the day. I mean, that's probably being exaggerated, but like it just moves a lot and a lot faster than traditional whiskey.
I get it. I'm with you. I would love to try this one again to see where they go maybe in a couple of years, but right now we don't do this too often, but right now I think I would pass on this one. I think it's just for the same reason as you. I get that younger barrel note and or not the smaller barrel note. And I just haven't found a barrel that wasn't aged 53 gallons that I've loved, or less than 53 gallons. Maybe, if there was a 45 gallon, but those 10, 15 gallon barrels have not done it for me.
I mean, I feel like finicky is almost an understatement for how those things can move and change.
Agreed. Thank you to Branch and Barrel for sending us this whiskey. We're sorry it was not one of our favorites, but we wish you all the good luck in the future. And we're happy to try anything again, and feel free to give us more information and we will talk more about it. But you can go ahead and find us on Facebook at Dad's Drinking Bourbon, Twitter, Bourbon Dads, Instagram at Dad's Drinking Bourbon. Please leave us an open and honest review, just like we leave open and honest reviews about the whiskey we drink. Zeke, where else can the folks find us?
Good old Nashville, Tennessee.
Cheers.
Ciao.